Hey, what's up guys? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Uliza Masterclass in partnership with the Capture Media Institute. Yes, I messed up, but anyway, this is live, so that's why we're supposed to make mistakes, right? Anyway, so in this masterclass, I'm going to show you exactly how we were able to set up an online brand and why the online brand and online marketing is the way for you to grow. Because if you're not on the online space, I don't know what you're doing. Because right now, I believe you're watching this through either your mobile phone or you're watching it through a laptop. So if you're already using it and everyone is using it, then why are you not using it to make money for yourself and your business? So online space has been there for many years, and in Kenya, we're currently building a momentum through different platforms. Right now, YouTube is a big thing. Many influencers and bloggers are taking advantage of it. Instagram also is quite a big space right now. Everyone else is going on it too. So before that, let me take you back to where social media actually took momentum in Kenya. So at first, everyone was on Facebook. We were using Facebook to connect with our friends from high school. You knew your friend from, I don't know from where, and then that's what Facebook was. So Facebook was like this album that replaced your normal, you know, those two old albums you used to use where you'll check how small you are and all that. So Facebook replaced it. So everyone first went on Facebook. Then after that, we moved to Twitter, and Twitter also grew and became like this wildfire that everyone would share news and news would go viral. Then after Twitter, then of course, Instagram came, then Snapchat came, and then YouTube came. So you see, all these platforms, they come once every year. We have one and another platform. But I remember before that, actually, like, I missed it. It's actually the first platform that I think most people are using was called MySpace. So MySpace was the first one. So where am I heading with this? The thing is, every business right now needs to be on the online space. Not only you, but everyone else, because your customer is on the online space. They're using their phones. The first thing you do when you wake up, you hold your phone. The first thing you do when you go for lunch is to check if there's a new email, if there's a new text message, if there's anything else. That's what we do, because online is going to crash the shops and any other business that's on the ground. Anyone who's still depending on walk-ins, anyone who's still depending on people to call them, anyone who's still depending on, yo, my friend, can I get a referral? Their business is gonna go down. You know why? Because the online media is the new TV. That's the news. I don't know if you should write here breaking news or something, but online media is the new TV. You were still reading newspapers, you're still checking out if the billboard is working. You don't know how big the online space is, because with the online space, you can actually target someone. So back to my presentation, I'm going to show you exactly how we've been able to deliver extreme results for not only ourselves, but for our clients. And so, who are we? What's Uliza? Uliza is, we've built a 7-figure social media brand in Kenya from a simple computer, helping organizations, businesses, companies, universities, and people to advertise better online. So that's what we've been able to do for the last 7 years. So if you are trying to grow or probably trying to set up yourself on the online media, then you need to take advantage of social media. You hear social media, people say social media is a waste of time. I don't think social media is a waste of time, because the only thing that's making social media to be a waste of time is because you do not know how to use it. So I'm going to share with you a story that we've been using, and a step-by-step system that we've been using to help not only ourselves, but many other businesses to make money online, and not only make money, but also build influence around it. Because if you don't have influence, then there's nowhere you're going. You need to have an influence. You need to have control. You need to build trust. You need to build relationships with people for you to be able to build yourself. So we go to the next slide, and I show you exactly whom we've been able to work with. So some of the clients that we've been able to work with include the Office of the Deputy President, and this was a project that we did. It was a campaign called the Green in Kenya for Prosperity. So you wonder, why will the Office of the Deputy President need an online campaign? It's because people are online. People need to know more information. If you actually realize, Donald Trump actually took advantage of the online space when he was campaigning for presidency. Everywhere he was going to, every state, while he was reaching to probably 10,000 people, he made sure that he was also going live on social media. While Hillary probably was just reaching out to 10,000, Donald Trump made sure that for every stream, that every place he was going, he made sure that he's going live. And that's why you're seeing politicians are taking advantage of social media. So why are you not doing it? So that's the first thing. The second client that we're able to work with is JKUAT. JKUAT, funny enough, we met at an event, and the same thing I want to share with you. They need to get students to their campus. Every semester they need new students. They need to do intakes. They do TV, they do radio, but they decided, let's try the online marketing thing, and this is what we were able to achieve. See the results. We built an online brand visibility, and we pushed for intakes for new students in the year 2016. Then after that, the reach that we had was over 3 million eyeballs through the online campaign, and of course we ran a campaign to be able to attract new students to them. And from our Excel sheet we was checking, we were having about 300 new students who were signing up on the portal and on our Excel sheet per day. So if you imagine, if they were running a TV ad, imagine the process, because they always need students to still apply for this course through the online portal. So imagine running an ad on TV or on radio or a billboard. Can you click a billboard and enter a website? I don't think so. Can you click a TV and go to a website? I don't think so. So how do you make this easier? It's by using the online space. So that was JKUAT in the year 2016. Then they liked our result, and they hired us again to work with them in the year 2017, where we will run another campaign and we help them push for more impressions. And as you see, from 3 million we pushed to 17 million eyeballs. This was one of the biggest campaigns we've ever done, because it trended on Twitter for 3 days. We were at the top, pushing the JKUAT hashtag. You can see the branding, you can see the hashtag. The next project we did was Fidelity Insurance. Fidelity Insurance is an insurance firm. We were helping them to push for insurance subscriptions, for insurance premiums, for the same thing, the branding, the logo. This is what we do. We push for sign-ups. People sign up online, and then they get results and they're able to get leads. So I'm telling you, social media is not a waste of time. Social media is a space for making business and making money. You can 7x yourself, you can 7x your income, and you need to stop sleeping if you're sleeping. The next project we did was the Youth Fund. Of course, we worked with Youth Fund for 2 projects, helping them to push for loans and subscription of loans to young people. And we were calling it the Youth Fund RRI project, which was a rapid response initiative. And we were doing it for 60 days. So they wanted people to now apply for their loans through an online portal. And that's what we were working on, and helping them to push for accessibility of loans to be quicker and in less time. So that's another project we did. And the next one we worked with was Ghetto Radio and the Red Cross at Hilton Square, and we were pushing for a free medical camp. And of course you can see the results from the online, and through the publicity that we did, we were able to get 4,000 people to access the camp. So then after that you're asking, so after you've told us all these things that you've done and the results you've been able to achieve, so what will you learn? So I want to share with you what will you learn through this masterclass for today. The first thing you learn is the system and structure of making ads that pay you. What type of ads are you supposed to run? What type of ads are you supposed to do to help you make money, or probably help you make a return? The next thing is, how do you use Facebook to not watch cut videos or the funny videos of influencers or vloggers or the viral videos, but how to use Facebook to get paying customers? If you didn't know, you can actually use Facebook, Instagram, or YouTube, or whichever platform you have, to get the right customers, as we've done for the other projects. So that's the second thing you learn. The third thing that I need to emphasize is how you can start doing the same thing after going through this in just 5 minutes. You'll not take long. Just 5 minutes, you'll be able to start doing the same thing that I'm sharing with you, and you will be able to start executing the same type of results that we've been able to achieve. Probably yours might be different, but you'll be able to start without taking so much time. So I'm going to save you time. Then the next thing you're going to learn is the exact copy of winning ads that made us to get customers to our clients in 30 days and us over 2 million in agency fees. This is a fact, because on average, mostly we charge between 150 to 250,000 per month to run a campaign, and that's why it's easier to make 1 million shillings. I don't think there's an easy way to make money than working in the online media. So I'm going to move to the next thing. So who is this for? That's a good question. So probably this is not for everyone. This is probably just for specific people. So the first thing, who is this for? If number one, you are an entrepreneur. You are those guys who love to do business. You are not a person who likes to get employed. You've just started your side hustle. Probably you're a photographer, you're a designer, you are a wedding planner or an events planner, or probably even sell products as low as 5 shillings on the street, probably even sell smokies. I don't care. Probably just an entrepreneur and you're trying to get more customers. So if you're an entrepreneur, this is for you. Probably you just started your first online business and you want to grow it, then this is for you. If you are running a growing business, a business that has started catching momentum and has started getting clients, so you're running a growing business and you want to attract more customers online, then this is for you. If you are employed 9 to 5 and you are like one of those guys who said, oh gosh, I hate my boss. Do you hate your boss? I know you do. That's why you're here, because you will not be watching this. If your boss was around you, I guess probably you'd be like, oh, my boss is about to watch me. So you'd be like, I don't know. Anyway, so probably if you're employed 9 to 5 and you have been employed for a while now and you want to grow a side business, because I know employment is not the future. Running your own thing is the future, but only if you know how to run a business, because you can't start a business without the right skill. So if you're employed 9 to 5, then this is for you. Then another thing is, if you are in the service business and you sell services and want to get more phone calls to your business, then online media is the best place for you to go to. So moving to the next thing. So what is our brand? I would like to talk about the numbers that we've been able to achieve on the online space. This is one of our accounts, Uliza. So I like talking about social proof. You can see the numbers. We have over 100,000 followers on Instagram. And we have other numbers on the other social media platforms. On the other social media platforms like Twitter and Facebook. So you see on Twitter we have 18,600 and on Instagram we have over 100,000. Let's move to the next slide so that we can take them to something more interesting. So who knows us? I'm not going to make this stuff up because this is just a fact. You can go and check it yourself, see who follows us. So this is one of the brands that you follow, I guess, is called Maina Kageni. Imagine it's just people who connect with you through online media, and that's what numbers is about. You connect with people and people connect with you. So that's one. Maina Kageni follows us. The next one is Julie Gishuru, one of our biggest clients we've ever worked with on the online media. She's been quite instrumental to who we are today, became a mentor and became a business partner. And the funny thing, we met on Twitter. One story that I will tell you one day over coffee if we ever meet. So that's it. The next person who follows us is Jeff Koinange, who has 1.35 million, only follows 1,700. So you ask yourself, why will he follow us when probably he only follows 1,000? So that means this is someone who has gone and checked your content and approves of it and approves of the value you've done in your brand and decides to take action and follow you. The next person who follows us is the Honorable, the Women Rep of Nairobi County, Honorable Esther Pasari. Same thing, only follows 2,800 but follows us. So you ask yourself why. It's about the content you put out. Another person is Betty Keller, who has over 566,000 followers. Same thing, only follows 580. You should ask yourself why. Again, that's a fact. Another person who follows us, who's one of our very, very good clients, is Jalango, who has 291,000. Still the same thing, and the same process goes on and on. Then the next person who's last on the list, but there are many others who I'll not mention, is Lilian Muli, who has 401. So this runs across our social media, also on Instagram, where we have been able to amass an influence through online marketing. So let's go to the most interesting part. So how do you make money today? To make money today, you need to have one thing. You need to have one thing. So I'll draw this box and then I can show you why you need, or how do you make money? Because I think many people don't know how to make money. People think that money, when you think about money, you make money. But when you think about money, do you think money will flow to you when you think about money? When you say you want to be rich, do you think money will ever come to you? You're sleeping on the couch, you're going to your job from 9 to 5, and you're thinking about money. Do you think money will come to you? Never in hell will money come to you, because when you think about money without a process, then there's no way that money will ever come to you. But if you have a process, and what is this process? The process of making money is actually to be able to identify what people are going through. If you look at all the big brands from Uber, Taxify, Little Cab, Amazon, Safaricom, Equity, all these brands that you know of, how do they make money? They solve problems for many people. So if you're able to solve a problem, you'll be able to solve a problem for many people, then it's easier for you to be able to make money. But if you're living in a shell of thinking, you're just here, you're just thinking on how you'll be able to make money as a person, then there's no way you'll be able to make money. So that's the simple concept I would like to talk about. The first thing is to identify what problem are people going through in the market. So how did Uber get into the market? They realized that people spend a lot of time in traffic. They didn't realize there's a problem in the transport sector. They decided we're going to solve this problem by building a mobile app. So they decided they're going to build a mobile app. And this app, we're going to make sure that many people have access to this app. Another thing they realized is that people pay a lot of money. So they decided, let's come up with a rate that everyone can afford. So they come with rates like from 35 per kilometer and all that. So when you come with a rate like that, someone sees, I'll only pay 35 bob to actually board a taxi. Can you imagine? Because before taxis in Kenya, you will pay about, I think like 1,500. Can you give me a number? Like how many? How much are you paying? How much? How much are you paying on taxis? 2,000. So you see, from 1,500 to 2,000, we pay like 1,500 to 2,000 shillings. But now these guys come with a concept of 35. What does this do? It plays on our mindset. We're thinking, this is so cheap, man, right? Yeah, me, I remember there's a time I paid from my house to my office, which is like, I think like 300 meters, and I paid 1,000 shillings. I was like, wow, you see? But you don't know that this is just a concept of numbers. So they bring a 35 bob. So if they have 35, they're charging people 35 shillings, and 1 million people download this app, then how much is that? 35 million, right? So that's what solving a problem does. So the thing is, you figure out a problem that someone is going through, then you come up with a solution, which is an app. After that, you look at the numbers, you target the numbers, so A, B, and C, and D. How many subscribers do we have? Over 26 to 30 million people who are using mobile phones in Kenya. Then they come up with an affordable rate that all those people can afford. So if 35 people, let's say like 1 million people download the app and then they pay for the 35 shillings, then these guys are walking away with 35 million. Do you think any job will ever pay anyone? I doubt that. I don't think that there's any job that will ever pay you that 5 million, because people have not figured out how to solve problems for people. So if you want to make money, you need to make sure that you're able to solve a problem. All right? So I'm going to take you back to the slide. So how do you make money? The first thing is make sure that you solve one big problem for many people. Not one, not two, not three, but many people. Many people can access this information, and you're able to solve a problem for them. So this is the example. You have a customer who is a patient and a dentist. When you have pain, what do you go to? If you have a toothache, you go to a dentist. When you have probably a stomachache, you go to a doctor. So if you have a pain, you go to the doctor, and the doctor actually helps you to clear the pain, which is helping you to solve your problem. Then that means you pay the doctor money. It's that simple, right? So how do you make a million? If you probably have been able to solve a problem, then the only way to make a million, because most people don't know how to become millionaires, how do you become a millionaire easily? It's very simple. You need to have a product. The first thing is to make sure that you have a product that solves problems for many people. So let's look at the first example. Let's assume you're probably charging a service. Probably you're a photographer, videographer, and you're charging like 30K per client. That means if someone wants them to be shot for their wedding or event, that means that person has a problem of recording this information, right? So if then you only have 5 people who have a problem of they need someone who can edit for them, who can shoot for them, then that means if you just have 5 people and you're charging them 30K, then automatically you have 150,000 in your pocket. If you only have those 5 people, 5 more customers every month, just 5. Imagine you have 30 days to just look for 5 customers, only 5. In the next 7 months, you'll have your 1 million shillings. That's all, the first one. If then you have a product that's worth 50,000 shillings, and then probably you just have 4 customers, then that means you'll be making 200,000 a month. and in 5 months you will have your 1 million shillings. If you have a 100 shilling product, which is like the airtime we use, the transport we use, these guys, they just need 10,000 people to be able to board their matatus, or probably spend 100 bob like Safaricom airtime, and the rest 100 shillings times 10,000 people, then they make their 1 million. And I believe these guys have over 30 million, I think, subscribers. So that's how quickly you can make money. So I'm not trying to make these things up, I'm just using facts that are in the market. So let's go to the next slide. How do people pay? How do people pay? Exactly, you guessed it, people pay using mobile phones. So 16% of people check their phones about 100 times daily. That means you check your phone 100 times daily, with each user approximately checking his or her phone every 6 minutes. Even I'm seeing my guys here are still holding their phones, which means it's a fact. I have my phones here, so that's just a fact. So we can see that people are using their phones 100 times daily. So I don't know if there's anything else I want to say. How much money are we making on the mobile money market? You can see this. How much money is paid on phones? On M-Pesa, mobile money, this is a research that we just did. Mobile payment for Kenya through the Jan Safaricom accounts for revenue of up to 19.2%, which accounts to 74.99 billion through M-Pesa. That is through the mobile phone, not through the bank or anything. And if you know, the big giant in China, which you call WeChat, owned by Tencent, which of course I've just said that, has now over 1 billion users and makes a revenue of about $12.69 billion. I don't know how much is that in Kenya shillings, which is a lot of money, but that's how people use their phones to pay. So another question I'd like to ask you, who will pay you faster, customer A or customer B? Any guesses? Any guesses?
Yeah, money from the phone.
Yeah?
Money on the phone.
Yes, my audience is quiet.
Customer.
Customer A. Okay. Why customer A?
Yeah, easy access for the money.
Yes. Yeah, so my guy here says he has easy access to the money, while this person who has like $10 million, imagine how much work does he need to do to be able to pay you. If you're running a business, how much time does he need to do? He needs to approval, there needs to be a check, right? Yeah. So between this and this customer, who will you want them to be your customer?
Customer.
Yes? So you don't need someone who has 50 million in the bank, although you need money. No? Yes. So you see, so all of us need customer A. You know why? Because if you move to the next slide, it's going to show you. You guessed it right. It's customer A. Okay? Yeah. It's customer A. Why? Because money is on the phone and money is on the laptop. They have technology. They're using what is easily accessible. Their bank accounts are accessible through the mobile apps. Their accounts are accessible through the internet banking, and that's how easy it is for you to make money, because you choose a customer who can easily access their cash, and a customer who is easily accessible. So you don't need to focus on someone who's very far away. Look at where people are. People are using their phones. That's where they are, and that's where you need to be targeting them to make your return. So I'm going to move to the next slide, which is, so who has your money? I like asking this question. Who has your money? Do you know who has your money? Who has your money? You wake up every day, but you don't know who has your money. You're going into work, I don't know what you're doing, but every day you don't know who has your money. Like you're just saying business is bad. I feel so sorry for guys who say business is bad. You blame the economy, you blame the government, but in real sense, you have like 1,000 contacts on your phone who should be paying you, because money and resources are in people's hands. Money is not on trees, money is not on cars, money is on people's hands through this phone. But the thing is, you're not reaching out to them. People don't know you. I do not know you. I'm not going to buy from you. I'm not going to trust you. And that's it. So who has your money? Is anyone who, or any business, as if anyone or any business that has a problem is the person who has your money. If I was to go down the street and see someone carrying a load, probably has traveled and just arrived in the CBD, and I help them to carry their load through a trolley, won't they pay me? Yes, they will, because I'm just solving a damn problem, right? If probably there's, which I've seen in Nairobi, if probably there's floods and then people can't cross the road and I come with my own Kokoteni, or probably I just, and then, or probably I put stones across the road, will people pay me the 10 shillings? Yes? You've seen those business opportunities of how people are smart, eh? So yeah, so that's it. So the question you need to ask yourself is, does your business solve a problem? Yes, right? Yes, if your business is solving a problem, and can people pay for it? Not just solve a problem, it's not charity. Can people pay for it? Yes?
Yeah.
So if can people pay for it, so why don't you have customers? It's because if you don't have customers, because what?
You are not reaching out to them.
Yes, he's saying probably you're not reaching out to them. The thing is, if your business is not getting more customers, it's just simple. I'm not going to complicate this because you're just not solving problems for people. So main reason why you're not making more sales is you're not making enough contacts. You have your phone, I'm like, yo man, there's no business today. Like I've just sat down in my shop. I see guys, even the guys who are in the CBD sell clothes. And I'm like, yo, I was your customer, but you've never texted me and told me that you have new arrivals, man. So do we sit here and complain about the government, all of us, and say how the county is messing us up? No, nowhere in hell. Because we need to make sure that we are making enough contacts. Every day you need to wake up and identify who has your money and start contacting them. So which means you're not solving what? Many problems for people. If you're solving many problems for people, then you automatically are going to make money. It's just a simple fact. Let's move to the next slide. So, if you're not solving money problems for people, then the next thing which is identical is that you're not advertising enough to people through the door, or you're just advertising the wrong way. Probably you're still using newspapers, you're using billboards, you're probably using TV, or probably you're just using mediums that do not work anymore. That's one. Another reason is because probably you're just not advertising enough. People do not know you. You are scared of spending money. If you want to make money, why are you not spending money to make money? There's no business that grows without spending money in advertising. I need to know that your business is solving my problem. I need to know that you have a skill that I require. And if you tell me, then it's easier for me to be able to pay you. So that's it. So let's now look at the different avenues that we are using. Why social media over TV or billboard? Why do we need to use social media over TV or billboard? Why do we need to use social media? Social media is like everything. We have our phones there, we have our laptops, and then we have TV and radio and newspaper on the other side. So why do we need to use that? Let me read this. So see this example. If you made $1 million, but you spent around 5 million to get there, that's not so good, right? That means you've spent more, right? You want to make more and also make sure that your business is growing. But currently, the average billboard costs around Nairobi or Kenya, for a month, is about 200K, right? This is a lot of money for social media, if you ask me. Anyway, so currently the average cost of billboard advertising for 1 month is about 200,000 to just reach a certain area. Probably just around about, I don't know how many seconds do you even watch a billboard. You look at a billboard, like usually focus and look at it, you'll be like, yo, that's an amazing billboard, then you buy, yeah? Takes long, right? Yeah. So currently the average cost of billboard is for 200,000 to just reach a certain area around about our CBD. So if it's 10 locations, you will spend. So if it's 10 locations, yeah. Welcome to the maths class. I don't know how which grade you got in maths, but anyway, so if the average cost of a billboard is costing us 200,000 for 1 month, right? To just reach, give me an area.
Thika Road.
Yeah, like Thika Road. Let's say like Thika Road. So 200,000, it's costing me to reach Thika Road. So if I have 10, give me that math, guys. I know 2 million. So I'm spending 2 million. This is now the craziest part and the dumbest thing ever, you're reaching 2 million people, which is nice, right? But the thing is, who are these 2 million people that are reached who actually watch that billboard? Who are they? Do you know them? Do you know them? Who are they? Who? I don't know. Who are they? Do you know them? Do you know what their age is? Do you know if they are kids, if they are women? Probably you've just put a very good billboard for women, a good cologne and all that. Or probably you put a cooking fat, you're targeting mothers, and probably all the cars that pass there were men. How do you know that? You know, that's now the tricky part of advertising on a billboard. That's the tricky part. So you spend 2 million, and then you sit down, and then you wait, and you wait. Yes, and you wait. Do we wait? I think we should wait anyway. So you wait, and then you wait for calls, and then the people who call you, they call you and say, I saw your billboard, and I am interested. The thing is, which is another good thing, they called you, but then they do not have information about the billboard. Like, what is the offer behind the billboard? Is there a brochure in the billboard? You can pull it and check the price list. Can you check the qualities? No, there's none. Then the next thing, you've not qualified this person to know if they have the money or not. So you put a good car over there, then you come at the end of the 12 months in your AGM or your annual financial reports. You're there, you said we spent 30 million in advertising and we have no sales, my friend. Wow, that's amazing, man. You should have given me that money. Probably have bought a better car somewhere anyway, but but that's it. So imagine that's the problem. So number one, you've advertised the wrong people. You spend a crazy amount of money, and number three, you don't know if these people have the money to even pay you, right? So that's now the crazy part with the marketing of billboard. So we look at it. So currently the average billboard cost of advertising for a month is about 200,000 to just reach a certain area. So if it's 10 locations, you spend about 2 million in billboard advertising. So this is the billboard. You pay all these cars to see your advertisement, every single one of them, but only a small percentage are your potential customers. I don't know how much you can spend with 200,000 on it, but I'll show you how to do that. So this is true for all print, TV, radio, magazine advertising. You pay for everyone to see your ad, regardless if they are likely to buy or not. Essentially, it can really be a waste of money, right? I'm not making this stuff up. Social media ads are big. Why? Because you can actually choose who you show your ad to, by age, by location, by gender, by interest, and you can even target your competitors' customers. I think I need to tell you that quickly. And you can target your competitors' customers when it's possible to the other media. So imagine you have all these targets, the right target. You can even say probably this ad is just for young people and you do that. So if you target your ideal customers, then you only pay when your ideal customers see your ad. How awesome is that? Right? So that's it. So what works now? How do you get more customers online? How do you get more customers online today in the online space? So we go through the simple steps that will help you to be able to attract the good customer. The first thing you need to do when you're running ads is to make sure that you get attention. So who is your customer? Is it a woman? Is it a business? Is it students? You need to get attention. Make sure you get attention of them. The next thing you need to make sure you do is to offer the hook. So what will capture them on the first paragraph? I hope you're noting this down because you need these 5 points when you're running an ad. So you need to make sure you get attention, you offer the hook. So what will capture them on the first paragraph? Then the third thing is to make sure you inspire their action, because people only buy through emotion, they do not buy logic. So they buy with emotion and they justify it with logics. That's the point. So you need to make sure that you inspire people through emotion. I'm not gonna buy a new suit because it's expensive or anything. I'm buying a new suit because I know I look good when I look at myself on the camera or when I look at myself on the mirror. That's why. So you need to inspire people to action. So the next thing is to consider how much text and caption will be seen above your image. Often times shorter, the better. You need to get to the point. Then the fifth thing is to focus on the pain, which is what we were talking about before, is how do you solve problems for people. So make sure you focus on the pain. So how you can solve the problem of your target customer rather than the features. Stop thinking about how much quality you have on your product and all that. Make sure that you're focusing on the pain. What's the main pain point? State it in the ad and how you can help solve it. Stop selling in your ad to pain. The more I know you, the more I know you, the more I make money. I know some of you might say, why are you telling me not to sell to strangers? Let me tell you, how much money are you going to lose if I do not know you? You're going to lose a lot more money if I do not know you, but you're going to spend less money if I know you, right? So that's why you need to stop selling to strangers. Make sure that you build a relationship with them. Build a relationship with me as your ideal customer. Make sure that I know you. I know what you do. I know what you stand for. I understand what your values are. I understand why your product is better. You also tell me why I should not be using specific products. Let me understand my pain. Make me love you more first before you start selling to me. Let's say you see any brand that comes into the market, they come with offers of vouchers, 50% off, 200 to 1,000 vouchers, because you need to make sure that we're not selling to strangers. We need to attract people to you. You see, you guys, you go online and you just start boosting ads, you're running ads as if you know what you're doing, which is okay. But me, I only see your ads and I'm like, okay, let's see how long that ad will run. And in a month, I never see you because you're selling to me and I'm a total stranger. There's no way I can send you 100,000 worth of a laptop online and I do not know you. I need to build a relationship with you. So that's it. So let's break down a winning ad. So this is the structure of a winning ad. The first thing you need to make sure is to make sure that you get attention. So what is attention? You make sure that the first line speaks exactly and directly to the person you're targeting. If it's couples, if it's students, whoever they are, make sure that you are calling them out on the first ad. Make sure that you the first line, make sure you capture them. So in this case, it's business owners and social media managers. So we get attention, we capture them. Then the next thing that I talked about is the hook. You need to talk about the pain. So do you know you can get more customers or grow your brand on social media? That's for us. Once I say that, I create what I call curiosity. If I create curiosity, then you're like, okay, yes, I think actually, yeah, I need more customers. So when I create that curiosity and I hit your pain, rather than just getting clicks and likes, then you want to know me more. And then what did I tell you? I've written, book a free strategy call on this. So automatically I've captured you, I've talked to you, I've told you your pain, and I've told you your call to action. So I'm not even selling you anything in the ad. I'm just telling you, let's just talk. Let me just know what your business is about. Why would I want to work with you and I don't know what your problem is? Imagine if I said, do you need more customers? Pay me 100,000 and I'll make you $1 million. Will you trust me? You'll not trust me, right? Because I'm looking like a guy who wants to steal money from you. And the other reason why we don't take money in advance is because we do not believe in a structure of not understanding what you do and what you stand for. We need to understand your business first. So once you understand your business first, then it's easier for us to work with you. So let me know what you do, what's the business, what pain points are you going through and all that, then I'm able to work with you. And then of course, I told you need to inspire people to action, which of course I told you use a video, which is here. So you use videos. Videos work better than images. When you run in ads, so use a video and then make sure that there's a call to action. So you repeat whatever you said here, you put it here. So you grow your online business, that's what you do. Or probably if you're dealing with makeup, give me like a photography. What will you give?
Free photo shoot.
Yeah, get your free photo shoot. If it's a gym instructor, be like, get your 7-day free trial pass, right? Would you want to go to a gym that's giving you a 7-day free trial pass? Yeah? But if you hear a gym that's asking you for 5,000, Bob, will you go?
No.
Even if you pay the 5,000, Bob, which gym do you think you will want to go later? Which one will you want to pay later? The one that gave you the 7-day free trial or the one that paid you 5K? Why would you want to pay them after that? You've seen the service, right? So they value you more than your money, right? So we are focusing on the wrong thing again. We are focusing on, we talked about people focusing on the money, right? You can test drive a car, my friend. And a car is worth how many million shillings, man? You can test drive a car, like even if you go outside the country, you can test drive and even go with it and come back with it. That's how far people are looking at value. You stop looking at, oh my friend, I'm selling this, oh, pay me at 10,000 shillings and I do not even know you, man. You're wasting your time with me. I'm just gonna scroll through your ad and move to a cut video, which I think is more fun. Okay? So make sure that you can capture my attention with your offer. So put your offer here, grow your online business, and then make sure there's a call to action which is written, book now. Is that clear? Okay. So what is the structure of a good ad? Another point I raised is make sure that you are using at least 20% text on your images, because I've seen that most people do a lot of text. Don't do those posters that have, you're putting your price, you're putting your speakers there. You've seen all those posters that put like 50 artists. So do not put those that have so much. Make sure that it's clear. So this is one of our clients, it's Faraja TV. Did this artwork which they even use on their billboards. So if you see, it doesn't have any text, it just has the logo and just a capture word called Chai Imeshika. It's just simple and chilled out. You now go and think it, why Chai Imeshika? Think about yourself, and that's what you just want. You wanted that one message to go out on people's mind when they see it, and that's it. Okay? So let's move to the next one. So this is now the main thing. So what are those 5 steps? The 5-step system that I promised you earlier that we used to get high-paying customers, that will save you time, because if you know this, then you're easier. Let's move to the first one. So if you want to get customers, the first thing is to make sure that you have a sales funnel. So make sure that you create a customer sales funnel. What do I mean by a funnel? You will see it on the next slide. But a funnel is a process. A funnel is a process. So we make sure that we identify who our customer is. So who is our customer? The first thing is to make sure we know who our customer is. The second thing we need to identify is what their pain is. Right? Then the third thing, we need to know what solution we are giving them. Then the fourth thing is the offer. If you don't have these 4 processes in your advertisement, then there's no way you're gonna get clients. There's no way you're gonna make money through advertising. Whatsoever you want to think about it, there's no way you will make money on this. So as I was saying, you need to have a funnel. Make sure that the first thing is identify who your customer is, what their age is, where do they stay, all this information you need to know, note it down. Identify who your customers is. Know that you have different types of customers, right? There's the people who have the money, there's those who do not have, but they are interested, because I don't think there's anyone who has bought an item just from the first advert. Even if you buy it from the first advert, I don't think you'll buy it again. That's what I was telling you. If you have a 7-day free trial, then you're getting many people. Then after that, you have people who've already come, who will be already in your database, which you can still target them in future. But you have now 2 audiences: people whom will subscribe to the next offer, but also you have people who've already experienced the service, right? So do you think these people will buy after they've experienced the service? Right? They will, because they've already experienced how your gym is. They already have experienced how your studio is, if it's photography. They've already experienced our free consultation. So for me to close them again, I don't need to explain to them who we are. So we need to make sure people know us. They know us so many times. So we need to identify who our customers is, who they are, where they stay, what they like, do they like, which food do they like, which shows do they like. Like, you need to have all this information. They watch Papa Shirandula or they watch Churchill Show. You need to know that. Do they like movies? You know, Facebook has all this data, which is crazy, because that's something that we realized, and then we realized that's very buff. So which movies do they watch? Are there any pages that they like? Do they like comedy? Like, you need to know all this information to know who your customers is. Are they liking your competitors' pages, right? They're liking your competitors' pages, so that means they are your customers. You're in competitive market. So identify those. So who is a customer? The next thing is to identify what their pain is. Is it that they walk too far? Is it that they're spending too much? Is it that they are getting very poor after sales services? Is it that the quality of product that they're getting, like right now, is you heard about the red alert meat, whatever. So is it about that? Is it that about the quality? Are people playing games with them? So make sure that you identify that pain. And then after that, say, come up with a solution. We will give you this service and this and this and this. Provide all those conveniences, all those value points that you're supposed to offer. If it's time, how fast will you deliver? What will be the quality? Will there be an after sales where if they have an issue, they can come back? Will there be a money back guarantee if the service is poor? So make sure that you have all those in the solution. And then the last thing is make sure that you have an offer. So give them an offer that they cannot resist. So that's what I wanted to explain on a funnel. So if I go back to my first point of how to create a sales funnel, this is the structure of a sales funnel. The first thing is to make sure that you create an awareness about your customer. So you attract them. So there are people walking across the street, they're on their phones, they're driving, they're wherever. Through all this, they're on Facebook, they're on email, they're on YouTube, they're on WhatsApp, and all these platforms. They're working, they're using them every time. And make sure that you attract them into your funnel. So you make sure that you attract them. So these are the people. Be like, hey, are you a student in campus? You know, then I have an offer for people who want portraits. Hey, are you a model? So I attract them. I talk to them. I capture their attention. So make sure you attract them. And then after I attract them, I create a consideration which makes me to be able to convert them into someone who will be interested to buy from me. So I just convert them from a normal user to now an interested buyer. That's the second thing. So make sure I convert them into an interested buyer. I do not want to sell to them at first. I need to make sure that I convert them into an interested buyer. Then the next thing is to make sure that I engage them. Because if I've interested them, some will buy, some will not buy. As I told you, the third thing they will do is to purchase. Some will purchase, some will not purchase. So the third thing is make sure that we engage them. After they've purchased, we're engaging them. Some will not buy, some will not buy. The fourth thing that usually happens after people have bought is that you will get repeat customers, which is retention. If I do not attract these guys and I want to come and do this retention, how will I do it? I can't do it. How will I do purchase? I can't do it. So that I need to make sure that I do these processes to make sure I retain them and then I sell to them. Because if you retain, as you've heard, the way to make more sales is to retain customers. The cost of acquiring a new customer is more expensive than retaining a lead that you have. So make sure that you retain. Then the last thing, which always happens, is people will talk. Oh, if you had seen that guy, yeah, the service is good. Oh, that service, I went to that restaurant, it was so bad. They keep waiters. Even, like you call your friends when you want to go to a restaurant. Which restaurant is good? You always ask them, and then like, that one, they don't even have Wi-Fi. But they keep you for long. So you make sure, you see, this is what works for you. Businesses grow through advocacy. They do not advertise every time. After you've done all this, people will now go and talk. You've done the 3-day pass, you've done whatever offer, then people will talk. And people talk a lot. You've heard about that. Word of mouth sells better. So once you provide a very good service and you retain them, you get more referrals. And I think you've experienced that, people calling you and telling you, I had your business from so and so. And that's how it works. So we do advocacy and then make sure that you're building a connection. And that's how you make money and your sales increase. So you need to have a sales funnel. Let's move to the next. So to explain that to my point, make sure that you categorize your customers. Some will buy now and many. I like using the word many because we are talking about pushing people into a funnel. So some will buy now and many. Others will buy after building trust. Yeah, so people will say, I will not advertise on Facebook or I will not run an advert. That thing is too damn expensive. Then my question is, what is the return on investment of people not knowing you? What is the return on investment of you not advertising to people? Right now probably you have 10 customers. I don't think, probably you have 100 customers. There are over 1 million people who are supposed to buy a product and you're not even advertising to them. And a billboard, you've just realized it can't reach people. Radio cannot, TV cannot, social media can, because you have over 5 million people on the online space. So why are you not advertising when you're saying you need to build trust? People need to know you need to build trust. And how fast can you reach these guys through social media? So make sure you have a sales funnel, categorize your customers, say this one will buy, these other ones will not buy, so we can actually show it. So you say you have a product here, or a service, and then it's here. So here's your product, and here's your customers. So this customer A. Then you have customer B. Then you have customer C. So you need to make sure that you be able to know that you need to have different offers for all these people, and make sure that you also know that not all of them will buy on the onset. Even you, when you see an advert, I don't think you usually buy when you see it on TV or radio. It never works like that. So the first thing is you always see is probably these guys are good. Then you go to their website and you check people who have more, because everyone buys differently and everyone buys on different times. People who want to do a lot of research, people will go even to your Facebook. There's some even will just call you to make sure that you actually are a real person, or you if you are a robot. Then make sure they call, just asking, I was just checking the price. I think you've seen that a lot, right? Yeah, so you need to make sure that we know our customer A, customer B, customer C, and so on and so forth. So we say the customer A is the high-paying customer. Is the high-paying. So this one will pay on the onset. They always have money on their phones. They have money on their credit cards. They pay when they see offers. They are those customers. There are those who are, what do we call them? The ones who are quite pessimistic. They're pessimists. So this is the pessimist buyer. The pessimist buyer thinks a lot, like, no, I don't think I can buy right now. They just have a lot of questions. How much do you deliver? What are your? They ask you so many questions and they never buy. They just like to ask questions. They are the ones we call the inquisitive guys. They have the many questions. If probably they're going to a school, be like, what courses do you have? So even after I do this course, will you give me a job? Will you give me an... They have these questions, and like this one who's like, how much is it? 16,000, take. Done. But this other one will ask you all these questions, but they will not pay on time. They just ask. And I think these are usually the toughest customers ever. The customers who ask a lot of questions and ask for discount. I should have not forgotten that. These guys ask for a lot of discount, unlike this one. These are the toughest buyers, but they're the good buyers. Because after you've been able to remove them from that shelf, they pay consistently. Okay? Then you have the third one, who is not interested. They're not interested. These ones are not interested. Let me do this. You know, we're dealing with a very good board here. So, this one is the not interested. Not interested. Just like, so, why is this guy advertising to me? And they're like, even that advert, even they look at your advert, like, they critique your advert, be like, you should have done it better. Why did they use a kid? They should have not used kids. Kids are not supposed to be put on adverts, you know? Things and they're not interested. But you need to make sure that all these three people you keep advertising to them over and over and over again. So you have one, you have the pessimist, and they're not interested. But all this, oh, my body's about to go down. That means this thing is live. Anyway, so you have the three buyers, but you need to make sure that you have offers for all of them, okay? So this one, how will you convert them after I've showed you? How will you make this one person buy? What will you give them?
Offers.
Yeah. What type of offer will you give them?
Trials.
Trial. Just come and check, right? What will you give this other one also?
Same offer.
You give them a free trial, right?
Yeah.
See? That's what I'm saying. This guy, if you give them a free trial, then you're like, they're not interested so much. You're like, just tell me how much it is. They're so straightforward. They never like to dilly-dally with pricing. They're just straightforward, and that's how they work. That's how they work. Locate your quality customer. So you just wake up and boost a post. been running this Facebook. Have you had this? I've been running this Facebook thing. I don't believe it works. I've wasted a lot of money on it, but you do not even know how it works, man. So how will it work for you? So make sure that you locate your quality customer. Make sure you know exactly where they are. If it's a shop based in a location, target people who are around you. So you can put as little as 12, 5, whatever miles or kilometers near your shop, and just target people around it. So if it's Kiambu, Kikuyu, Nairobi, Thika, wherever the location is, if it's even in a different country, you can do it. So make sure that you're targeting your customer. So first thing is make sure you ask yourself, is where your customer is located. Is it in your city? Is it Nairobi? Is it Mombasa? Is it outside Kenya? Is it Rwanda? And all that, okay? So you need to make sure you know where they are. Then you ask yourself, is your customer 2 kilometers away or 10 kilometers away? So how far are they from wherever you are? Are they in another country? How far are they? And the third thing is, if you're running a shop or hotel, you can't obviously target everyone in Kenya. If you have an hotel in the CBD, you're targeting people in Mogadishu. And you have this amazing offer, will they come? You're like, you have in Mogadishu, can you deliver to me? You must be joking. It will be so cold that food by the time it arrives, or pizza. They deliver pizza in Mogadishu. It doesn't work like that. So make sure that you do not target people, not everyone in Mogadishu in Somalia. If you're targeting, you can't target people in Kisumu or in Nairobi if you're dealing with a business that just works around. So make sure you target that, just people who are around you. If it's a butchery, if it's a shop, make sure you're working with targeting. So if you're targeting, make sure that's not everyone. Then make sure you target people who are living in this location, so you don't waste your money on ads. Don't target everyone. I think that's a mistake we do when you're running Facebook ads. You target everyone in this location rather than people who are living in that location. If you target everyone, that means you target people who are on their Facebook or Instagram, they tag to that location, traveling to Nairobi or traveling to Mombasa. They will not buy from you because they do not even know, they do not need the service right now. Unless you are in the business of safaris. Okay, so make sure you target people who are living in this location. And the next thing is, if the location is not showing, then make sure you drop a pin. So you go and you drop that pin wherever you are, exactly where you are. You zoom into your map and make sure you drop that pin where the location is, because you don't just do it everywhere. Then the last and final thing, if your customer is located in different cities, then create different ads for the different cities. You can't run an ad for Nairobi the same as the one for Mombasa, same as for one for Kisumu. These guys talk differently. I've run ads up to South Africa and Cape Town. I would make sure even I use their local language. If I'm talking to Ugandans, I'll be like, hey Baganda. If I'm in South Africa, I'll be like, hey Mzanzi. You know, so I do the same thing. It's just the same trick. If you're in China, what will you use? I don't know. Yeah, so the next thing, the third secret that from the step system is make sure you laser target your customers. So you've already known where they are, who they are, what's their age. I guess that's it. Yeah, so you know that now. You knew where they are and which location they are. So just we're talking about location. It's where they are. So the next thing is make sure you laser target your customer. So know the type of customer you're targeting. Is it men, women, or both? If you're doing baby bump photography or photo shoot, are you targeting men?
No.
Exactly. If you're doing, if you want to sell like the top expensive cars up to 15, 25 million, who are you targeting?
Men.
Men love cars, right? If you're targeting people who want to buy watches,
Men.
you see. So that's the power of Facebook. If it was a billboard, how would you target? If you're selling baby bump photo shoot. Probably our billboard is near a primary school anyway. Probably those women are expecting to. Yeah, so know the type of customer you're targeting. Is it men, women, or both? Not everyone, okay? Then what is their age? Are they 18 to 24, right? Is it 25 to 35? Is it 36 to 44? Is it 45 to 65? If I'm selling, is NSF still there? NSF, if I'm selling, is NSF still there? If I'm selling NSF, or probably any retirement benefit, what will be the age of the ad I'll be running? 64, okay? But if I'm doing a billboard again, I don't know, right? So that's one. If I'm selling like the Blaze thing for Safaricom, which age will I be going with?
18 to 24.
Exactly. That's why you ask yourself, why don't you see all ads for top brands? Is because they understand the different segmentation of advertisements. So make sure that you really know your customer. Do not try and guess this, I'm telling you. Do not go and put 18. You will get the worst traffic and results ever in your ads. Ever, I'm telling you. This is a fact. We've tried this for many years and this is a fact. You need to make sure that you know, because have you ever asked yourself why when you log in on Facebook, when you sign up for Facebook, why it asks you for when you were born, who's your mama, who's your mother? I don't know if they ask who's your mother, but they ask for which primary school, they ask for your age, they ask for your birthday, right? What else? Are you in a relationship, right? They ask you for high school, university, they ask you for which movies, they suggest for you which friends you should follow, so that they can have this data because they want to sell it to us. Because how does Facebook make money? It's through advertisements. It's pure math. So that's why they need this data. If we have this data, then we make sure we use it really well to get new customers. So make sure that we know the age and all that, right? Then the next thing is, do they speak English or another language? Is it Mbogi or something? Anyway, this is important in the getting attention stage. If I'm talking to students or if I'm talking to guys, let me say, I don't want to like I'm discriminating people. But if let's say I'm using targeting people, actually, do you realize when I don't know if it's iPhone X or is it S, Samsung, whatever? You know that those ads were never put in Eastlands. It's a crazy thing. Did you hear that? They never put those billboards in. It's crazy. Because I remember when I was talking to the guy who's in charge of iPhone, as a distributor, they never, have you ever seen, actually, let's just be real, have you ever seen a billboard of an iPhone in Eastlands?
Why should be faster to
Yes. So they never do that. And I don't, it's about what we call the purchasing power of a customer, right? If you're putting a Chevrolet or BMW i8, which is like 18 million, which you enroll me right, and the rest 24 million worth of a car, where will you put the ad? You see how these things work. But if you go that side, which of course is crazy because the people also drive big cars on Eastlands because they have been raised in that side. But you'll never see those. If you start going outside, you start seeing the ad starts changing slowly. I want you to just look at the ads while you're walking across the street. The billboard starts changing, probably price. If it was premium, then it starts going to bumper 10, bumper 5. There are places where actually you cannot get bumper 10, an airtime of 10 shillings. But there are places where you can find even 5 shillings airtime. You see? This is all about the mass market. So you make sure that you know your ideal customer. You can do like the way you've seen, if it's in Kenya, you've seen a company like Bonfire, the way they do. They're like, Twende Mombasa na Mabeste, right? Why do they use Kiswahili? They know that's the language you connect with. So they do not do English. It'll be like, if they told you, let's go to Mombasa and have fun, would you buy? No? You see? So it doesn't work. It doesn't work. So to make sure that you speak language that you understand, if it's Mbogi, if it's whatever, if it's boys club, you want to be part. If you even, like, you've seen an ad with Pride in, because I look at a lot of ads, be like, this could be us. But you stopped picking my calls 2 months ago. You see? So they were getting an ad for friends. Okay? So you make sure that it connects. So you do speak a language is important in there. Getting attention, the stage. And the next thing is the ideal customer, Hindu, Christian, Muslim, or a traveler. This is a big thing. So make sure, this is a very important stage. Make sure that you know your ideal customer. Are they Hindu, Christian, Muslim, or traveler? This is something I've seen a lot in the market. That someone is running an Eid Mubarak offer, and I am not a Muslim, or probably someone is running a Hindu. You know, like you need to know these things. If it's Christmas, who are you targeting?
Christians.
Of course. If it's Diwali, who are you targeting? Hindus. Yeah. If it's Eid and you have an offer for their attire and everything, because there are shops that sell these things, you make sure that they are Muslim, because this data is already there. Even if I don't know the person, even if they've not put this information on their Facebook, I just go and target people who've liked a mosque or an imam's page, you know? So that's what you need to make sure you do. So make sure you know your ideal customer. And then the next thing is to make sure that you know their ideal spending power. ideal spending power. You may ask, where does this information go? It goes here on the detailed targeting. So just go and type it out. If you're targeting mothers, if you're targeting anything, just type it here. If it's Hindus, Christians, anything, just make sure you put it here. Okay, so what is their spending power? Are they online shoppers on Jumia? Are they home buyers? Detailed targeting. So make sure you know like who they are. Then which brands do they like? Which companies' Facebook pages do they like? Is it Bonfire? Is it Safaricom? Is it Uber? Is it your computer page? Search for this in the detailed targeting section. Right? If I'm selling airtime, if I'm selling anything that deals with phones, if I'm selling phones, probably have a shop in the CBDs. I just target people who already like Safaricom. People who already like shop pages and all that, right? So I put that there and all that. Then the next thing, are they married or are they single? Do they have a birthday coming up? What is their ideal job? Enter this in the digital targeting and then click suggestions to get more options. So that's how you use it to target your customer, right? Then the next thing is have an irresistible offer, right? That's what I talked about. So you make sure that your offer is very irresistible. No one can say no to your offer, be that person. So what is the structure of an offer? This is the structure of making sure that we capture the customer. Most of us run ads, we attract people, then we just leave a phone number there and we wait for people to call us. Imagine no one will call you. I don't know if that's true, probably you're thinking it's not, but this is the real truth. No one will actually, very few people will actually call you. You see these comments on your Facebook when you run an advert, you see how much is it, or is it coming with the moon, or you know those crazy, is it coming with the SGR and all those questions that people ask. So make sure that you change the format of your ad structure. Make sure that you're running an ad with an offer you attract. You have a capture page, which might be a form. You have a form page or a landing page where you can capture people's details, which is their name, email, and phone number, and then make sure you have a call center. This is the way to make sure that you capture customers. You have a call center where you now decide to make sure that you call these guys. You might ask, why do I need to go through all that process? Because if you have this data that you've captured here, you can use it over and over again to run ads. And like someone who just ran an ad and say, call me on 07 or whatever number, that's why you need the data. It helps you, number one, to call people because this shows that they are interested, even if they come to the capture page and then you ask them, do you need a photo shoot? When do you need it? You can actually get a lot more information than someone who just saw the ad. And then this also makes it easier for them to not call you when they're in the office, because most people do not like calling out. In the office they saw a very crazy ad, but when you have a capture page, it helps you to get this information and then you can call them anytime that they wanted to be called. Make sense? Okay, then you transfer them. So that's the structure of an ad. Why is that? You need to make sure that you have a very good structure in your promo. So this is the third thing for the system. So as you're saying, this is the format you use in your ad. What is the offer and the promo? You put it out like this. You need to have a sheet. So you write a sheet, you take up a sheet, and you put it like this. Okay. So you do, what's the first thing you say? You call, hey, space. What's your customer? Just name them.
Jadis.
Yeah?
Chinese.
Chinese?
Jadis.
Chinese. No. I'm saying like the industry. What is your customer? Like who are they?
Mothers.
Mothers. So you'd be like, hey mothers, what's your customer? Anyone? What's your customer? You don't know. You need to know. Are they like students? Are they, yeah? So hey students, you can give them an offer, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you need to call out your customer. Then the next thing is to make sure you do what? If they are paying. What is the question you like to ask them, for example? Do you? Or are you? What's the question? If you're targeting those students with your offer.
You want to get a job?
Yes. If I'm selling career opportunities, do you want to get a job? Always remember that the fastest growing business is the one that answers the damn phone. Always. If you're good on the phone, you can sell to anyone. You must be good on the phone. You must be good on the phone. That's why we're telling you, you need to remember, you need to attract, capture. You remember? You need to attract them and capture them through the phone. you have the offer page and then you capture them, and then that's it. So any business that answers the phone is a business that will be successful. Let's go to the next slide. So this is a sample of an advert that we run, probably you could run, so that I can give you the numbers of how it works. So this is online, and then you have the phone on the one side. So this is the first ad. You run an ad that leads people to a form, because I told you need to capture people's data, because that's how you sell. You not wait for people to call, you capture their data. So you run an advert, you send people to a landing page, and you get 100 people fill up the form. So you have their name, email, and phone number, and what service they need, okay? So you have it in that. Then you say this advert is costing you 250. Let's assume it's costing you 250. Okay, so my board, this is still live. My board is going down. You help me come and fix it. It's okay. Okay, thanks. Yeah, so you're running an advert, so you have an advert here. Here's your advert. Probably you're promoting, you have an offer, I don't know what you're promoting, maybe this is here. Okay, what's the best? Okay, let's say you're offering a photo shoot for couples. So you're running an advert for a photo shoot. And people charge like, I think, 300 baht per 350. Okay, so let's say you're charging people 350 for this per picture. So how much does it usually come for the total price? How many photos do people take?
Depends on the client.
Yeah, like on average, what's the number?
Average 10.
So if they're taking, so if it's 350 and each person is shooting like 10 photos, that's 3,000? 3,500, right? You're okay? So this is your selling price, eh? This is your offer. So, and then you're pushing people, you've run an ad, you've hit their pain point, you've called them out the way I was telling you, then you send them to this landing page. So this is the landing page or an offer page. It's there on Facebook, it's called a lead form. So you collect their name, email, and phone number. So their name, their email, which I don't think it's important, but yeah, you can still use it, the phone number. So imagine someone who has seen this ad. There are two types of people. Imagine there are two types of people. There's one who has seen this advert, he saw the thing, he's an interested person, but he was busy because you told them to call you, they couldn't call you, they were in a meeting or they were doing something, okay? Then there was someone who was still busy but had this landing page. Who do you think will make more sales? Who do you think will make more sales? It's this one, the one with that. The one with the landing page. Why? Because they have your information. They can call you anytime. I have your number. Imagine if you give out, let me give an example. If you were to give your number to, if someone was to give out your number to an insurance broker, how many times do you think they will call you? They will want to sell you insurance, you see? That's the power of a phone number. You see? So if you run an offer and you're capturing people's phone number, it's way more powerful than someone who ran an ad and put, call me. You get my point? So that's why this is important. So you capture people's data. So you say, run an advert, you capture people's data. So let's say, out of this 3,500, because here I'm using an example of 5,000. So let's say this product is 3,500. You run an advert and Facebook, because the good thing of running this type of advert and like the normal boosting ads is that you will only be charged when people fill out this form. You get, that's the difference. Because the other advert you run, people like, comment, you're not making money. But for this, the advantage of this is that when you run Facebook, you only charge when people feel it. And imagine now you've already targeted those women or those couples or those